Yo, what up everybody? It's your boy Jotho. Today I'm doing a reaction to a video by Watchmojo called Top 10 Reasons Why 2017 Was the Worst. And man, 2017 was the worst, right? Like, it was the worst year I could think of. Except for like, I don't even know, 01, right? 9/11, but man, shit, terrible year. Everything bad happened all year long in my personal life, in the world, for everybody to see. It was terrible, and I think everybody's ready for a refresh. But I think we all do need to do one last walk down terrible memory lane so we can get past it all. Let's take a look. Let's jump into it. Let's go.
And you thought 2016 was bad. Welcome to Watchmojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 reasons why 2017 was the worst. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're taking a look at the events, trends, and tragedies that made 2017 an especially difficult year for us all to get through.
Man.
Number 10. Questionable celebrity role models.
It's every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow.
Thanks to the internet, anyone can get famous. And sometimes it's for all the wrong reasons. Case in point, It's Everyday Bro became the 4th most disliked video in YouTube history. But creator Jake Paul still accumulated over 11 million followers.
How many $1 million too,
Danielle Bregoli, also known as Bad Baby, is perhaps an even more infamous social media personality. This rapper/car thief initially gained attention at age 13 during a 2016 Dr. Phil segment, where she challenged the audience to a fight and spawned a notorious catchphrase.
Catch me outside, how about that? Catch me outside, how about that?
Damn.
Bregoli became a viral sensation over the following year, inspiring countless memes and
she
even
rich
signing
too.
a record deal.
These hoes be fake ballin', tax money that she won't last.
Questionable celebrity role models like these epitomize the moral decay of society, bringing the bar to a new low. Number 9. The Robert Mueller probe. We guess you could say that President Donald Trump is the elephant in the room here, and not just because he's a Republican. Trump's presidential victory proved to be a controversial one, especially given the allegations that Russian President Vladimir Putin directly ordered an influence campaign against Hillary Clinton.
Probably facts.
The plot only thickened when President Trump fired FBI Director James Comey during an investigation of Russia's interference in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. In May 2017, former FBI Director Robert Mueller was tasked with leading a special counsel investigation concerning this conspiracy. No matter what the final outcome of this probe is, the fact that it's taking place at all demonstrates that we live in truly uncertain,
how about some positivity for 2018
times.
on this one, though, huh?
Number 8. The immigration ban. Although that wall he promised is still a work in progress, President Donald Trump wasted no time signing Executive Order 13769 shortly after his inauguration. Commonly called the travel ban or the Muslim ban, it prevented citizens of Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen from entering the U.S. for 3 months, and suspended the U.S. refugee admissions program for 4 months. On top of that, over 700 travelers were detained, while roughly 60,000 visas got, quote, provisionally revoked. This was later replaced with Executive Order 13780, which President Trump described as a, quote, watered-down, politically correct version. These newer travel restrictions were still far from ideal, however, as many argued that making immigration harder for foreigners didn't make America any safer.
For real.
Number 7. Fentanyl overdoses. Whenever recreational drugs come up in conversation, fentanyl hasn't always been the first opioid that comes to mind. However, it's estimated that this painkiller is nearly 50 times more powerful than heroin, and almost 100 times stronger than morphine.
And then this vial would be the typical dose of fentanyl.
Well, morphine makes people not trip out.
Musical legend Prince was just one of the thousands of Americans that died because of fentanyl in 2016, and the epidemic caused even more heartbreak throughout 2017. Across the border, between January and April, fentanyl amounted to 368 overdose deaths in British Columbia, Canada alone. In fact, it's been reported that fentanyl-related deaths have skyrocketed 540% within the past 3 years.
540%.
The war on drugs is like a bonfire that seemingly can't be extinguished. and fentanyl has
Is that the
only fanned
comparison?
the flames of
Jesus.
tragedy. Number 6. The North Korean nuclear test. North Korea not only administered multiple missile tests throughout 2017, the country also commenced its 6th nuclear test in September. According to seismic readings, this might have been North Korea's strongest nuclear test yet, as it caused an earthquake with a magnitude of 6.3. While the idea of impending nuclear warfare is horrifying, what could be considered even more troubling is that the leaders in charge seem to be treating this serious issue like a petty schoolyard feud. Following
For
President
real.
Trump's fire and fury
Playing
warning,
games out here
They will be met
with the planet
with
Earth.
fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Kim Jong-un threatened to, quote, tame the mentally deranged U.S. dotard. Trump fired back by calling the North Korean leader, quote, Little Rocket Man.
Rocket Man should have been handled a long time ago.
Both talk big, but how long until somebody drops a literal bombshell? Number 5. Mass shootings in the United States. It seemed like nowhere was safe in 2017, with hospitals, libraries, baseball games, airports, nightclubs, and more serving as the settings for mass shootings throughout the year. The Sutherland Springs church shooting resulted in 26 deaths and 20 injuries.
As a state, we are dealing with the largest mass shooting in our state's history.
However, the shooting that left the most significant impact occurred on the Las Vegas Strip in October. During the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival, Nevada resident Stephen Paddock armed himself with semi-automatic
short
rifles
story about
and
this.
opened fire from a room on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel. Paddock killed 59 people, himself included, and left 546 injured. As of 2017,
546.
this is the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history, and we can only hope nothing ever comes close to surpassing it.
Of course, we pray for the victims and for their families and friends, and we wonder why, even though there's probably no way to ever know why a human being would do something like this.
Number 4. Tragedy struck the UK. Although it was a rough year for the United States, the United Kingdom endured just as much turmoil, if not more.
That's true,
The
man.
city of London and its environs were bombarded with tragedy
We just
after
don't see it,
tragedy,
you know?
as 5 innocent souls were killed in the Westminster attack. The London Bridge attack claimed 8 victims. 1 pedestrian died during the Finsbury Park attack, and the Parsons Green bombing left 30 injured. Of course, the terror attack that appeared to make the most headlines was the Manchester Arena bombing, which took place following an Ariana Grande concert. In addition to the bomber, Salman Ramadan Abidi, 22 people died in this attack, while 512 were injured. Compared to these catastrophes,
512.
Brexit almost feels like an afterthought. Number 3. Deadly natural disasters.
And hurricanes too.
Hurricanes
That's
were
right.
to 2017 what celebrity deaths were to 2016. Whenever one was reported, another seemed to pop up almost immediately after. Between Harvey, Irma, Maria, and various others, the 2017 Atlantic hurricane season resulted in 464 fatalities and well over $300 billion
can
in
you say
damages, making
2017
it the
wasn't
priciest
garbage?
tropical cyclone season ever
Lord.
reported. Hurricanes weren't the only natural disasters that took a heavy toll on the planet, however. Ironically taking place on the anniversary of the 1985 Mexico City earthquake, and less than 2 weeks after the deadly Chiapas earthquake, the central Mexico earthquake left at least 40 buildings destroyed, 370 dead, and over 6,000 injured. Are we any closer to creating that climate-changing satellite system from Geostorm? Number 2. Sexual assault scandals.
Oh, on top
Sexual
of everything.
misconduct has
That's
been
right.
discussed at great length over the past few years, but many people fail to realize just how widespread the issue really was until 2017. It was eye-opening when more than 80 women accused film producer Harvey Weinstein of sexual harassment and assault, as well as rape in some cases. This scandal set off the quote-unquote Weinstein effect, as several other high-profile celebrities were accused of sexual misconduct, including Kevin Spacey and Louis C.K. These devastating stories weren't limited to the entertainment industry either. As the #MeToo hashtag spread across social media like wildfire, it became clear that we all likely know at least one individual who's faced such abuse. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some dishonorable mentions.
Who cares when someone's time runs out? If a moment is all we are.
I'm
there was a United Airlines flight in Chicago that was overbooked, and to make room for people, they forcibly removed one of the passengers. Did y'all hear about this? Yeah, it's crazy. They charged him a $50 removal fee. That's not true. That's not true.
At its heart, it is the principle that internet service providers, or ISPs like these guys,
and the internet
should
could go
not
away.
be able to
Well,
engage
not
in
go
any sort
away,
of
but be altered.
that limits or manipulates the choices you make
Crazy.
online.
Number 1, racism. No matter how horrible things get, we still
In
tell
general.
ourselves that society has come a long way. 2017 felt like a huge step backwards, however, as the US and in fact the entire world grew increasingly divided by racial tensions. Some responded to racial inequality and police brutality through peaceful protests, like kneeling during the national anthem. Meanwhile, the Unite the Right rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, marked one of the ugliest hours in modern US history,
True.
bringing together white supremacists,
Facts.
neo-Nazis, Klansmen, and other hate groups. This far-right rally quickly turned violent, leaving 3 dead and dozens injured.
3 dead.
According to a Quinnipiac University national poll, 65% of voters say hatred and prejudice have increased since President Trump's election. Considering his response to events like Charlottesville, that's not that shocking.
I think there's blame on both sides, and I have no doubt about it, and you don't have any doubt about it either.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watchmojo and subscribe for new videos every day.
Yo, man, 2017 was the worst year, right? If it gets worse in 2018, I don't know how much America we gonna have left. Like, you get hit on every side: natural disasters, mass shootings, the reemergence of racism, a year's worth of Trump's presidency. I mean, we getting hit from all sides. Other countries, the U.S., of course. Man, that's rough. Now, that little story about the Vegas shooting. This is super smart or short story. It's nothing, but like that night, the night of the shooting, I live in California, right? And I get a call at like 10 p.m., 10:30 p.m., something like that, from a Vegas number. And I answered. I'm like, okay, what's Vegas? Okay, I don't know anybody. Well, I don't really know anybody in Vegas like that. To get a call, and I got a call, and it's some dude, and he sounds super official, and he's giving me all this like cop talk, real official stuff, and he's talking about how there's an active shooter here in Las Vegas or something, here on the Strip, I think he said. He's like, active shooter here on the Strip, oh, this, and this. He gives me some information. I'm like, I think you have the wrong number, and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, it sounded like he was giving a report to like another police officer. That's how it came off, and I was like, hey, yeah, you have the wrong number. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, but just to let you know, I guess, there's an active shooter in Vegas. And I was like, I mean, okay, thanks for that information. Right? I mean, what am I going to do? I'm out here, what am I going to do? And so I go on Twitter and I look for it and I don't see anything about it. So I'm like, okay, I'll give it an hour and I'll hear the news. And then I hear it's the worst shooting in all of history. And I was like, wow, that's crazy that I happened to accidentally get a call. Like, I have an LA number. Like, how that Vegas phone number get a call all the way down to me? And who was he trying to call with that information? I don't know. Crazy. Who knows what that is? But that was my short little stupid story. But yeah, man, 2017, wasted time. We need to just get it out the way, right? Go to 2018 and just be positive. And just have some good things happen to all of us, man. I mean, some bad things are going to happen. That's life. It's good and bad. It's all, equal. But, I mean, if we got a lot of extra bad in 2017, I mean, you got to assume a little extra good in 2018 to balance it all out, right? You got to assume. At least let's hope. Let's be positive about it. Anyways, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on these videos. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, people.